My friends, what a day, huh? Pretty crazy out there. I literally just walked in the door from my gym not too long ago. It's been a long day, so this video is not going to be long, but I'm going to talk about stuff till we're done. So first things first, on Twitter today, Jim Cramer's out here talking a bunch of trash about AMC and GameStop. And if you don't follow Jim Cramer and know that pretty much everything happens the exact opposite of what he says, I highly recommend you follow him. So to see him tweeting out that AMC and GameStop are terrible and awful investments, my opinion, is a good sign. Now, I just recently looked at the futures, and they look terrible. They are knifing like crazy, but yesterday they were ripping like crazy, and everything open, and we just tumbled down to $14 and everything like that. So here's my opinion on it. My opinion on it is volume is coming back, volatility is coming back to AMC, and both those things are good, especially if you want to see any type of gamma ramps or squeezes or anything along those lines. We have got short interest, I saw, was up to over 20%. Now, it's Ortex data, so you can take that for what it is, but it's still what's being reported. Like I said, I talked about yesterday how I was hoping that the bottom was in. But once again, just like today, even when they drove it down really low, I think we got to, hold on, let me just go to the chart here real quick. We got to as low as, what was it? What was our lowest today? We got as low as $14.23, but then we saw a massive turnaround. And just like I tweeted out, the reason that I had this second line in my video last night, so right now what you're looking at is my Twitter page. The reason I had this second line is because that's where it met the tops before the June run. And let's also go back. So we are here. We have broken below the bull flag. So that's not good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's not good. But we obviously can recover from that. However, one thing that you can look at, and when I say that, it's mainly because how I had always drawn this bull flag since I had done it was right here. So this kind of last big volume candle that we had on June 2nd, so when we had the actual big run where the price, doubled, it opened at 37 and, saw its high of 62. I had just kind of made a channel built around that. And as you can see, the entire time, it has been respected. Okay, both highs and lows. We kind of got above it here. We started having some false breakouts here, and then the lows respected. So we're just now at the point where we're starting to come out of it. But the reason that I had that blue line here is also, check this out. What have I always said about the Fibonacci retracements? The 0.382 and the 618 are always your two most common ones. So if you Fibonacci retrace from the bottom of the buy button collapse right here, and you go to the top of the June run, we bounced really hard right at that 618 range, in that golden pocket range. So once again, that is a good sign. Pretty much every single day, now that we're at these levels, every single day that they've tried to push it down really hard, we've had good solid rebounds. And so once again, that is a positive sign. Just like it's not good once you meet resistance and you see those long wicks at the top. But we've had 2 days in a row now where we've had super long wicks at the bottom. The price has moved back up. So, overall, you're starting to see that when that price gets driven down, the bulls and the buying pressure is willing to come in. So just like in last night's video, I had hoped that gap fill was going to be our lowest that we saw. And once again, the gap fill happened really quickly. We recovered really quickly. This morning, what happened? We got pushed down really hard. We recovered really quickly by the end of the day. And so, right now, between the Fed talks and interest rate hikes and everything along those lines, man, the market is just going to be a little crazy right now. And this is where you have to decide if you're truly going to be a buckle up and hold on, up and down, not just up. Buckle up and hold on happens two ways, my friends. And so don't be a person who just expects, moonshots without a little bit of struggle. You don't get to have the awesome things and rewards in life. You don't get the awesome job. You don't go through medical school overnight. It's just anything in life worth doing, it's going to put your feet to the fire, so to speak. I believe that in just about every aspect. So you just got to, buckle up and hang on, enjoy the ride. If you can't handle it, either sell or put your phone away. Honestly, I woke up super early this morning. I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and was up, and when I went to sleep, it was, I think AMC was like right at like $17. I fell back asleep at around, 5:30 or so. And then honestly, I didn't wake up till like 11:30 this morning with my wife texted me, and I woke up this morning, and it was like, whoa, we've been going on a roller coaster today. And honestly, I was glad I slept through it, man. It is what it is, because I'm not selling either way. So, like I said, it was just fine by me to sleep through that. So I said in last night's video, we potentially could be retesting, this trading zone, which is going to be the top. But if you go to let's see here, if you go to the visible range, look what we're starting to run into here. So we're starting to run into solid, volume, and where a ton of people own a ton of shares. Okay. Obviously from right here, let me kind of zoom out, just a little bit more so you can really, sorry about that. I had some weird pop-ups going on my computer. But we are starting to run back into that range where there has been a lot of trading and everything like that. We pushed down through the air pocket. So all these bars essentially are letting you know, how heavily the stock has been traded in certain areas. And it gives you an idea of the buying and the selling that, has gone on in those areas. And so we're starting to run into, some real solid walls down here. So it's not that we can't go lower. The problem is it's going to start being harder and harder and harder to push us lower. And so it's more likely that we come back up here and start trading in these ranges, up in the 20s all the way up into the 30s. In my opinion, that's way more likely. And that's what I deal in. That's what I try to tell you guys. I deal in what is the most, plausible thing. Can I see a case that we get pushed back down? Yes. Can I see a case where we moonshot? Yes. So just because I can see scenarios and reasons that we might do that, doesn't mean it's going to happen. So that's why, once again, I believe this is great time, to purchase you some AMC. Obviously, if you bought at that $14.23, by the end of the day today, man, you got a great return. Let's just get in here. Here, I'll get rid of that. So if I get in here and we look at what actually happened on today. Once again, another great looking hammer candle. Now we just need some follow through with it, but we had basically a 20% day from our low all the way up to our high. We had decent volume. What was that volume? It's like in the 70s, I want to say. Or 80s, like low 80s. Yeah, 82 million volume. We had 20% all over the place. In my opinion, I like it. I like that things getting crazy, because I know I'm not selling, until I see the numbers that I want to see. And let me tell you right now, my friends, $14.23 doesn't even make me think about selling, because that's not my number. Okay. But once again, my numbers can't be your numbers. But at the end of the day, I like that there's volatility coming back. I like that there's volume coming back. This is what I signed up for. And if you believe in AMC, this is what you signed up for too. So chill and relax and buckle up. And, if we see, no matter what, whether we see the results that we want to see or we don't, this is going to be one of those experiences that you look back on and it's going to have taught you, some real solid lessons along the way. I know it already has for me. But once again, just like I tweeted out, emotions never win, don't make, big decisions when you're super emotional. That's what I tell myself. That's what I tell my kids. That's what I tell, my students. That's what I tell anybody on Twitter. But make sure you trade your plan. Don't overextend yourself. Like I said, I am not. When I say I'm not concerned, it doesn't mean I don't. It doesn't mean I like the price action when I say I'm not concerned. It just means I'm not concerned about the end game. Okay? I've always told every single person, if I ever get to the point where I truly believe AMC is dead, I will tell people. I will tell if I sell, and I will tell everybody like, hey, this play just isn't for me anymore, guys. I will tell you. That is my promise to you. So I don't feel that way. If anything, I'm upset. I slept through the morning and could have gotten some sweet discounts, but it is what it is. From a fractal standpoint, guys, last things, I lied. I'm not even going to talk about that right now. Let's just say I'm diving into some fractal stuff and everything like that that I think looks very promising. So to sum up, yes, we are down below the bull flag, and that is not good. The real solid, hard bounce with volume that we saw, though, once we came back here to this 1450 range was very encouraging. The volume that we saw and the bounce that we saw at the gap fill was encouraging. This is showing me that retail is willing to step back in. So even on our ugliest days, price action wise, we're seeing the volume pick back up. So like I said, it is I think there's lots of encouraging signs other than the price action not being what we all wanted to see. So the reality is even when the price gets back up into the 30s, that's not the price action that we want to see either. So just if you believe in the play, if you believe in AMC, then you just now to chill and enjoy the process, enjoy the ups and the downs along the way. So if you can't, then there is potential that maybe you need to look at your position and decide if you're over leveraged or not. Now, once again, that's up to you because I don't do that type of advice. I'm not here to tell you guys when to sell, how much you should put in or anything like that. That is only a decision that you can make between you. And guys, I won't try to be on this soapbox too much, but if you're married, you need to share this information, with your spouse and with your wife, because if you need to be a one cohesive team. My wife knows exactly what's going on. She's 100% supportive of me. We've watched, the money that we have invested. And when I say we have invested, it's we have invested. And we've watched it go up. We've watched it go down. We've watched it go sideways. But this is a real easy play for me. I don't worry about days like today when I lose tens of thousands of dollars because my wife's on the same page with me and we team up and we don't give up. So like I said, I apologize if that's not your jam, but be on the same page with your teammates is what I'm trying to say. So futures look awful. I see a crazy rock and roll day again tomorrow, up, down. I think we're getting into the points where we're going to see some real volatile times in the market, coming here towards the end of January, heading into February with interest rates and everything along those lines. Sorry. Once again, I'm all over the place. I didn't plan this out. Honestly, I really didn't even want to do it, but I made a promise to you guys that I would try. And when I make a promise, I'm going to do it. So OBV, let's see if, what that kind of looked like. So still pretty much holding. Once again, OBV is still well above even where we were when, once again, the price was, up in the 30s. RSI, I can tell you right now, this thing is getting just bananas oversold. So, yeah. Oh, good gosh, man. All right, so RSI. Only 1, 2, 3 times has the daily RSI ever been more oversold on AMC. So it's crazy to me that it can get any more oversold, but we'll wait and see what happens on that. MACD. So today was a bad day for the MACD. Started unwinding a little bit more rather than curling up. We already looked at the volume, and then the EMAs aren't going to matter because we're still going to be way below those. I mean, today we would have to be, well, I mean, the 20-day is at 22. So, I mean, once again, we start recapturing some of those. Once again, investors are going to start, seeing those type of setups. And like I said, we'll be all right, guys. Just chill. Don't get over leveraged. Put your phone away. Don't stare at the line all day. Once again, we're going to zoom out. Let's just do this real quick. If I zoom all the way out, okay, here we are. Here's the chart. We zoom all the way out. The price action that has been sucking so bad for the last 5 to 6 weeks, just a little blip on the radar. It's just right here. Okay? Big picture, guys. Big picture. Okay? Calm down. We got this. I think tomorrow's going to be crazy. I would be looking for, we definitely want to keep seeing this range right here. So the top of the January run, and when I say top, I mean what led into the June run. So these tops, not the actual gamma ramp and not the removal of the buy button, but these, just good, solid, healthy price action right here. There's still a lot of people who bought and held in this area, and that's why I believe we're starting to come down here and we're testing these levels a little bit. So I think we'll be moving out of this range here once again relatively quickly. Like I said in last night, what does relatively quickly mean? I think we're gonna see some baby steps at first, but then we'll start hitting some levels. I think that's kind of around that $28 range. Let me get rid of this. I'll kind of show you guys where I think we'll start hitting parallel channel. No, not that. Didn't realize I had 2 of those. There we go. I think it was this extended line. Yep, right here. So once we start getting up here, which as of right now is going to be in that $28 range, once we push up into that $28 range, I think we'll see a relatively very quick move, back up here into that $35 and $40 range. So, and once again, I think that is more likely. The move back towards 28 is way more likely than any type of move down here towards $9 to $10. Once again, because of that visible range, we're really starting to run into some heavy resistance. We've seen solid bounces every single day that we have, they've tried to knock us down. So just chill, enjoy the ride. We got this. See you guys tomorrow. Be long term, don't be short term. Think in decades.